Today we're talking video games. No, not that video game. The other video game company, Blizzard, makers of video game royalty like Diablo, Warcraft, and Overwatch. Hey, don't tune out if you aren't familiar with gaming or if you aren't a gamer. What we're really talking about today is expectations. Those of your customers and those of your business, and what happens when those expectations aren't aligned. I'm Joe Cox, the pop marketer. I find those places where brand marketing and pop culture overlap and uncover those delicious insights and nuggets that can help us all be more impactful and more modern marketers. Let's talk about BlizzCon 2018 and the announcement of the mobile game Diablo Immortal, and how something so exciting and so energetic can go so very wrong when expectations aren't aligned between your business and your customers. So to give you a little context, Blizzard. It's a video game company that's been around since 1991. Their stock trades at the S&P 500 with a market cap of around $54 billion. So we could say they're established. They put real-time strategy games on the map with Warcraft and StarCraft, then did the same thing with the dungeon crawler role-playing game genre with the Diablo series. Then after that, they did it again with World of Warcraft, creating the most popular Morpeg in the world. Yes, I said Morpeg, or MMORPG. It stands for Massively Multiplayer Online Role-Playing Game, so don't tell me you didn't learn anything new today. And I haven't even brought up Overwatch, which is one of the world's hottest first-person shooters in the e-game streaming and tournament worlds. So in 2005, Blizzard had built such a strong online community that they decided to hold a conference that they called BlizzCon. Think of it like Disney's D23 Expo. It's a place to bring all these gamers together in the real world to celebrate with the game makers, as well as a moment in the calendar that Blizzard could maximize earned media around the new lineup of games and their expansions. So this weekend was their 12th BlizzCon, and they always start the event with a giant live keynote for the 35,000 Blizzard fanatics in attendance, as well as the hundreds of thousands of fans around the world watching the live stream. Think Apple Keynote, but with cosplay and more ironic t-shirts. It's a gaming spectacle to behold for sure. So during the Diablo portion of the keynote, thousands of Diablo fanboys and girls were anxiously expecting a Diablo 4 announcement. After waiting 6 long years since the Diablo 3 release, let's say that the expectations in the crowd were high, and the rumor was already out that Diablo 4 was going to be teased. So out comes Wyatt Chang, our anti-hero in this story. He's a chief game designer for Blizzard. He loves Blizzard. He loves video games and has worked his butt off for years to bring this world this one announcement out on stage today. Only problem was, Chang wasn't there to announce Diablo 4. He was there to announce Diablo Immortal, the franchise's first push into mobile gaming. Here's where we see the realization on stage and in the crowd that they weren't on the same page. So the crowd, made up of the most hardcore gamers and loyal superfans, were revved up to 10, and the company and the representatives on stage were expecting the crowd to be psyched, even say giddy, about the new mobile game that they had worked so hard to bring to life. So what happened was that the crowd's expectations weren't met, and Diablo 4 was clearly not going to be announced. They took all of that pent-up fan-fueled energy and transformed it into haterade for the mobile game that was announced. One fan even asking the team on stage if this was all just an out-of-season April Fool's joke. Youch. So the team's expectation for the crowd to be super pumped, and instead being let down and a bit rude, was frustration. You see, never let them see you sweat, and never let the internet see you get frustrated. At one point, after a gamer asked if the mobile game would ever be released on PC, and Chang asks condescendingly, "You guys all have phones, right?" Followed by an audible booing from the audience. So that moment will now be relived a million times over due to the fact it turned into the meme of the entire event. This response was then amplified online by fans tuning into the live feed on Twitch, where gas was poured onto the flames, blowing up the internet in the form of memes, YouTube videos, subreddits, as we get to witness the fury and the beauty of a motivated, connected community of that size. The fire burnt large and enough to gobble up all of the press from the event and turning a fumble into something that actually affected the stock by dropping it 7% on the Monday after the event. That is why meeting expectations is so damn important. So after the pain, tell me there's something we can take from all of this. You see, it lands on us marketers to be the designers of these communications, to run all the scenarios, and to make sure we're able to pay off the anticipation that we're building for a new product or offering, and to ask if the announcement or news is really as exciting to our users as it is to us, as the representatives of the business and the people that are making all the money. You should always ask, what are we wanting our audience to feel? And are we seeing this from their perspective? Is this the audience we want to make this announcement to, or is there something more in line to announce at a more business-focused event like E3? I'll say this, Blizzard will be fine. They're truly the best in the world when it comes to community communication and having a dialogue with their super fans. But I do appreciate the case study and the Blizzard team for taking this one in the jaw so that we can all be reminded how important these communications are in a modern comms plan. I'm going to include links in the post so you can enjoy all the awkwardness for yourself. Also, make sure to sign in to my weekly Zeitgeist email at pop-marketer.com and get a weekly dose of what's happening in the pop marketing world. And if you want to learn about how to arm your own marketing teams with the art of pop marketing, you can hit me up about workshops or speaking for your team or event. Later, Gators. Have an awesome one. See you next time.